All right, so last week we learned mostly about the ground level again of the order of operations. We learned that if the only operations in a problem were addition and subtraction, we just work out whatever is in front and rewrite. We also looked at another way to view PEMDAS, and that was where we put our M and D next to each other because they're on the same level. We put our A and S together because they're on the same level. In this representation, again, the M and the D as well as the A and S are next to each other, and again it simplifies that they are on the same level and neither one is stronger or more important. Multiplication is not stronger than division. Division is not stronger than multiplication. Now both of these are stronger than addition and subtraction, but even here addition is not stronger than subtraction. Subtraction is not stronger than addition. All right, so we started the week by adding the multiplication and division work into our addition subtraction work. We came up with a slight shift of understanding. If you have not written this already, make sure you jot it down. But again, it's a basic 3-step thing you can use to memorize what's going on. And that's the first thing you want to do is seek out your first multiplication or division in line. And then step 2 says go back and look for the first multiplication or division in line and keep doing that until your multiplication division is gone, and then work it out like we did last week, which is front to back. Remember that we viewed multiplication and division as VIPs. This hopefully assisted with adding new information into what we learned the first 2 lessons. Today we're going to get more practice with the MDAS portion. Our focus will be on working with substitution because remember we have to get our variables. Before getting into that, let's review the differences of operational understanding. So ask yourself what operation you see here. And this would be multiplication because it's 9 times 7, which is 63. This is addition because there's a plus sign between. 9 plus 7 is 16. Here it is subtraction because there's a minus sign, which is 9 minus 7 or 2. You want to be careful because what people do is they recognize this is multiplication, but then they also multiply here and they multiply there. If there's a plus sign in the middle, that is not multiplication, it's addition. If there's a minus sign in the middle, it is not multiplication, it's subtraction. So make sure you read carefully. We will use parentheses when substituting, but again, we have to be careful to understand what to do with the values. As long as you're willing to ask when you have issues, things should work out just fine. So let's go ahead and get to some examples. I'll do a few problems in front of you. Again, if you have any issues, stop the video, talk to your teacher immediately so you see what's going on. Here in this problem, simplify AB plus C when A equals 3, B equals 9, C equals 6. A is 3, so I open a parentheses, I put a 3 in, and I close. Notice that after A there's no symbol, there's just a B, which means all I do is open my parentheses, substitute for B, and continue. Plus is after that, C just turns into 6. Now what I have is my problem, but notice this is multiplication, that is addition. Well, which one's stronger, multiplication or addition? Is the multiplication. 3 times 9 is 27. Bring down your plus 6 because remember nothing's going on there. And then 27 plus 6 is 33. Don't forget this will be worth 3 points, your substitution step, and then the work that goes with it. Simplify W minus 2V. It's pretty much the same thing. Again, W is 10, so substitute that to be 10. Minus 2, I see a V, so I put parentheses 4. Once again, the issue that people have is they do the subtraction, but that's multiplication, and multiplication is stronger than subtraction. We have to do this side first. So we copy our 10, we copy our minus, 2 times 4 is 8, and then we get our answer. You just have to make sure you practice that. You're going to mess up on occasion, but if you practice it and try to take it seriously, at some point it's going to stick that that's what you're supposed to do. That's what this week is about. G is 70. Minus E is 5. F is 9. Once again, this is subtraction. That's multiplication. This goes first. You have to analyze and think about what operations there. So 70 comes down, minus comes down, 5 times 9 is 45. Now what I want to do, because I need to do some scratch work, is go off to the side. And yes, at some point we're going to do this a lot. That's why we're working on your addition subtraction. I can't do 0 minus 5. I borrow, turn 0 into 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 6 minus 4 is 2. I get the answer of 25. Again, when I get a problem that is bigger than what I'm used to, I go off to the side and I use the math that we've been working on, our addition and subtraction, to actually get that answer. So take a moment now look at this question here, pause the video and try out A. Go ahead and pause the video now and see what you can do. Even if you mess up, just see what you can do. I'm going to go ahead and work out the problem now. So what you should have is S turns into 9. T turns into 7. Plus comes down, but U turns into 10. You now have multiplication and you have addition. Multiplication is stronger. 9 times 7 is 63. Copy your plus 10, and then 63 plus 10 is 73. Once you make the proper choice on your initial part, that's good. What you don't want to do is make the wrong decision. So you want to move slowly in the beginning until you kind of get used to it. Take a second on B, pause the video, try it out, and then, like I said, see where your mistake is. Go ahead and pause the video now. And I'll go ahead and work that out. Remember again, we are substituting. M is 8. N is 9. Minus P is 7. The first thing I notice is multiplication, addition. Well, which one's stronger? Multiplication, this one. 8 times 9 is 72, minus 7. And then 72 minus 7, if you don't know, here's what I usually do. I take the smaller number, or the number I'm subtracting, which is 7, especially when it's small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dots. And then I just count down from 72. 71, 70, 69, 68, 67, 66, 65. Or you could go over to the side and do this. However you want to do it, it's up to you. Or you could use your fingers and count backwards. However you need to do it, just get that thing done and make sure you're careful about getting that down. Once again, go ahead and pause the video, try letter C, and then see how you do. Working this out now. G turns into 30 minus 3, and then H turns into 7. You have to analyze before you make a decision. This is subtraction, that is multiplication. What is stronger is the multiplication. 30 comes down, minus comes down. 3 times 7 is 21. 30 minus 21, 9. And that is all. All right. Because we're just starting out, I want to stress some things that have been stated for even more importance. Practice makes permanent, as I've tried to say a few times. Hopefully you're building good habits. Most students who fail this course, it's because they take too long to decide to care. Please make sure you start now, or you do run the risk of never being able to get caught up. Math is not one of those things where you can just play games for 3 weeks and then all of a sudden decide you like it and then actually pass. If you fall behind for 3 weeks and you allow yourself to do nothing for 3 weeks, you're probably not going to make it back. So please make sure you choose now to go ahead and start getting caught up and getting back on track. It's not too late right now. Now, again, I will say in about a week or so, it's definitely going to be too late, and you're probably just going to be in here stumbling and struggling and getting mad at the teacher for no reason. But make sure you pick it up. Also, your worksheets are meant for improvement. If you're able to complete them, that's great. If you're at least asking for help and slowly working your way to understanding, that's just as great. Make sure you're asking for help. That's the key thing on that worksheet. Anything you don't understand, make sure you're asking about. I'm sure your teacher would have no issue, even if it's after the day that you worked on it, helping you to figure things out. Just don't try to get over on the system by acting like you're working. This course was not designed to be failed, but if you don't understand the process we cover and you don't learn anything, you're going to probably fail the next 2 years worth of work. Definitely going to fail the next 2 years worth of work. But either way, it is all up to you. So take your time on all this. Make sure you're working to learn, and good luck.